Hey, RJ Stewart here. Uh, hey, Team Gitmo, Carpe Diem. Just wanted to talk to everybody a little bit about Facebook prospecting. This can work on Instagram, it can even work on LinkedIn, but specifically about Facebook prospecting. So let's get into it. Alright, so as everybody knows, prospecting is a great income producing activity that we need to do every day. In a nutshell, you identify and connect with people who have the potential to become your customers and your recruits. So we set aside about 30 minutes to an hour a day to do it. Most people spend more time than that scrolling Facebook just for fun. So it won't be too hard. So easy ways to attract a Facebook audience is Facebook Live. I know a lot of people think, hey, I don't like being live in front of people. I don't like doing the video, but it's the most effective way, I promise. Visibility plus credibility equal profitability. All right, so it gives you time to entertain, educate, and empower your audience without giving them too much information or details of what company you work for or anything like that, because then that breaks down the whole process. Leave that mystery in there, but just enough to get them engaged and get them curious about what we do. you know have daily interaction with them. Engage and communicate with your people, with your audience on a daily basis. Lead by example. If you want more likes, comments, and shares, give more likes, comments, and shares. And use Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger is going to be our biggest tool in winning this war against poverty. Use Facebook Messengers. Use the audio recorder that they have in there. I'll show it to you in a second. But that audio recorder is great. A lot of people don't even know that it exists. So when they get an audio from you, they're more inclined to listen to it. Plus, we all know that most people are too lazy to read. So if they have to read a long-winded out text, they usually won't. But if they could just press a button and hey, they have a voice option on here, that right there automatically rises their curiosity just because they have a new little piece of tech to play with. So that's going to be something fun that they could do for a while. It's like a little walkie-talkie, and who better to introduce them to that fun new tech that's been around forever, they just didn't know about it, than you. So that's 1 point for you right there. So let's talk about who we're looking for. So you got three different types of targets here. You got your warm market, your lukewarm market, and you have your cold market. Your warm market are people that know you and they know who you are. You either communicate with them on a daily, or you have enough repertoire with them to where you could step back for a week and still talk to them, i.e. friends, family, any kind of relatives, or anybody that's just generally familiar with you. You have your lukewarm market, people that you've been friends with on Facebook, but you really don't associate with or talk with. But they see your posts every once in a while. They're lukewarm to you. Not familiar with you, but lukewarm to you, or semi-familiar. And now you have your cold market. Cold market are people that you've never made contact with, you're not friends with, and you're just going out there and you feel like, hey, this would be a successful person to work with. Alright, so now, here's some tips when initially engaging somebody to set up an appointment. Alright, look, people are narcissistic in nature. They love talking about themselves, and they love being asked questions where they get to talk even more about themselves. So, we need to use that to our advantage. So we have a method called FORM, FORM, which stands for family. Questions like, where are you from? Do you have a big family? How many kids do you have? How old are they? How long have you been married? O, occupation. What's your background? What do you like about what you do? How long have you been doing it? How did you get started in that business? Then you have R for recreation. What do you do for fun? Do you get to do it a lot? What's your favorite place to go? Do you play any sports? And message, which is where we're going to, M is for message, sorry, which is where we identify their personality type and their hot buttons so we can effectively deliver the message. So typically, I like to go into the Facebook groups and like work from home moms or work from home jobs and MLM groups, and I like to find the people, oddly enough, with the spammy content. They're posting, "Hey, make $200 a day just by sitting at home on your butts." I like to find people like that, because if they're posting stuff like that, it means obviously they need help. They're trying to get ahead in life right now. They're not going about it the right way, but evidently someone told them that that's the way to do it. So I like to target these guys. I like to go into their profile. I like to see where they're from, get a little bit of info on them, and then I like to find a post, preferably a quote. I like when they use quotes, because it gives you something to be able to refer back to when you're talking to them, to let them know that you're not a bot and you're not a spammer. So I go into those profiles. I find a nice profile with a quote, and then the first thing that I do is I like that comment that they put. I like that post that they put. The reason why I do that is it sends them a notification first. That especially when you're doing cold, when it's a cold market, it sends a notification, lets them know, hey, RJ Stewart liked you. So that right there alerts them to my presence, alerts them to me if I'm not on their radar. Then the next thing that I like to do is I like to follow them. That also sends them an alert. So you see where I'm going with this. Then I go into the comment section and I say, hey, I use their name because you want to personalize it, and I let them know I'm sending you a PM or a DM, whatever you're on. PM for Facebook, DM for Instagram. And after that gave them three alerts to my presence, to who I am, to me, period. So at this point in time, my name is already a little bit familiar in his head in that short amount of time. Then I go on to sending the message. Alright, so we're going to be sending a series of 3 different messages, and you have to follow each message and let it work to serve its purpose. Alright, so, but you're going to customize these messages to yourself. Add your own lingo, your own style into it, so it doesn't sound scripted. But before we send that first message, of course, make sure you go into that About Me section, do a little bit of research about them. Do they look like a customer you want to work with or have as a recruit? Someone you want to work with. What do they currently do for work? That could be something. My personal favorite is where they live. I love using that to strike a conversation, because it goes right into the script perfectly for me. So here's the first message. The first message is just to strike up a conversation. That's it. You just want them to interact back with you. So it would sound something like this. Hey John, what's up? I noticed we're friends here on Facebook and we haven't chatted for a while. I noticed that your profile says that you're living up in New York. Is that correct? You still in New York? And that's it. That's it. That's all you want to do is get them to respond back. Like I said, people are narcissistic. They love to talk about themselves. Heck yeah, I'm from New York. Yeah, I'm still in New York. They'll respond to you. Second message. You only send the second message if you get a response back from the first message. If you don't get that response, don't send another message. Don't follow up. Just leave it alone. Chances are they probably didn't see it, or just you don't want to come off too buggy. So, second message is to see if they're open, and you want them to ask you for more information. That's the whole goal of the second message. So, hey, that's awesome, John. I visited New York for the first time last September, and I loved it. I was actually hoping you said you were still there, because I have a business project and I'm expanding there with my expansion manager. I'm doing some networking in your neck of the woods. Would you at all be open on connecting more regarding the side income project if it didn't interfere with what you're already doing? And that's it. That's it for the second message. That's it. That's it. You're just saying if they're open. Nothing more, nothing less. If they don't say anything, you don't respond back, you still leave it alone. Let message 2 do its job. The goal of message 3 is to book an appointment via phone or Zoom. We operate our business as professionals, and we want to control the conversation and all of the questions. And it's not good to do that on social media, not in the chat box. So by phone or Zoom. So if they said that they were open, or if I found out that they were open, that's great. Shoot me a few times that you're free this week for about 30 to 45 minutes, and you have access to the internet. Tuesdays and Thursdays usually work best for me and my expansion manager because we've been running around crazy, covering the Northwest region, and we're expanding out there. So, Tuesdays and Thursdays work great for me. So if you can make either of those days work, that would be great. All right. And after they shoot you a few times, say we land on Tuesday at 4 p.m. You will go on, okay, let's schedule Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's my number so you know who's calling. What's the best number to reach you at? And after you get their phone number, great. I got it in my calendar for Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pop me in your phone and set a reminder. Me and my expansion manager got a really busy day that day, but we're gonna pinch you in because I really think it will be great to work with you, and I'll assume that you're punctual with your appointments. And I'm looking forward to connecting more on Tuesday. Now, sometimes you might get guys that are very inquisitive and they want details. They want to ask, hey, what is this? What is it about? So, if you try to have that conversation over chat, you're going to lose control of the whole process and it's all going to fall apart. So I typically respond to, hey, I love to get into details over chat here, but it would be like giving a haircut over chat. I wish I could, but it's impossible. I like to keep business a little more professional than social media chat. Do you have 30 to 45 minutes to it? We can talk later in the week and then go back into getting the time set. All right, pretty simple, right? Very simple script, very easy. Customize it, make it your own, and use that voice. Use that voice thing on Messenger. Use it. It works. It works great. People love talking. They love finding out there's something new that it's been there forever, but nobody uses it. So it's like a new little gadget for them to play with. Be the person that shows it to them. That right there, in some weird way, builds a little bit of credibility right there for yourself. So before I let you go, some really really quick tips. If you don't have your own Facebook group, create one. Create one, and make it about entrepreneurship or something like that. The reason why is because even if they're not interested in your pitch at the time, you can still offer them to send them an invite to your group. And what that does is allows you to centralize all potential prospects into one place. And you could easily post videos to that group. And after a while, some of the videos that you post, some of the posts that you do, some of your success you post in videos of, or post about your success might make them want to re-engage you later on, or might open a conversation up again in some way. But you're centralizing all possible prospects into one spot that you control. Also, don't add people to groups without permissions. Don't send a friend request without permission. Ask them if you can friend them. Follow them, like them, comment, send them a message, but request to be friends with them first. Find positive and engaging people. We already talked about that, so I think I passed that. All right, that's pretty much it. And you guys let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in our next meeting, which is today. Later.